We normally don't watch it on Twitch, do we? We normally watch it through the Discord.
We normally watch it through Discord. I think we do it on. Let me go to here where because it's where he's streaming. Where is it?
Stefan, can you hear me?
He normally like plays it. And I think that's what this is. So this is where the game should pop up. I don't see him yet. Testing 1 2 3. Can y'all hear us?
Low audio. Turn that boy up. Okay, well, low audio is better than no audio.
Testing 1 2 3. Let us know if you can hear us.
Hey. Question. What's going on, everybody? Welcome. Sorry for the delay. There have been quite a few adjustments to SSG in the past week. We've been knocking down walls and rebuilding walls and doing all sorts of stuff here to get this event as perfect as it can be for today. And unfortunately, we did have to move all of the setup that we had for our previous event. So it is a little bit of trial and error here, but thank you guys for hanging with us today. I am here with the beautiful Gabe, and yes. I am Mike Skinner, and we are... we're jamming some Lorcana today. We have a beautiful 10-case event by SSG here in Margate, and we have the Archazia's Island, Gabe.
That's what they call it, yeah. So the name of the island is Archazia's Island.
We're on the island together.
We're on the island.
Are we, Jafar? Ooh.
Yeah, it could be an illusion. It could be an illusion.
And we do have right now on stream, I mean, we're a little behind here, so we're catching up, but yeah. Freddy is playing on stream versus
Forrest. And so okay, Freddy, Forrest. For those of you that remember from the last major tournament that we had here at SSG, he won the 10K. So you know, you kind of have to start where you ended, right? So we want to see if the champion of that event can defend the title. So we decided, you know what, Freddy needs to step up for Team Illuminati, which friends, I'm a part of that team as well. So friend of Illuminati, currently on stream right now. We are still waiting on some, like, we aren't able to see the real-time stream yet of the game, so we're not talking about the game just yet. But just to share a little bit of context, you know,
we see him playing Penny, which is a new card.
Yep. So yeah, so you all probably have seen some pennies. You've seen some new cards there as well. Last game, we did watch that last game. The board states of that game was pretty crazy.
Yeah,
they went
definitely.
Yeah, Freddy had like as many as 8 characters. He needed to line up his characters 2 by 2.
Both players choosing to just go wide. I don't think either of them is on grab your swords, to my knowledge. So going wide just pretty much is the best way to do it. I mean, you just have no way to clear the board. So, and I think it's cool that Freddy, although a lot of talk about Amber Steel being dead now, Amber Steel is going away with all the red blue and blue steel floating around. But Freddy is saying if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and bringing his tried and true deck with him today.
There are some changes, I'll tell you. I've seen it.
Yeah, well, Penny's definitely a new addition, and I'm sure he's also cooked up some other stuff here. But it is cool to see him still sticking with what he knows, and sometimes that's great for a first day event. You know, a lot of players experimenting with builds, haven't got much testing in, you know, or maybe they have gotten some testing, but not against every deck. Yeah, and you know, Freddy bringing something that he's consistent with, and I think that's a safe bet. You know, even though it's not quote unquote the strongest deck in the format, Freddy knows this deck inside out. He's been playing it since it pretty much came out, and that also counts for, you know, for something, and maybe will help him get through these games here.
Yeah, I'd say it counts for more than something. It's my argument that your deck matters less than your ability to pilot it and to know what to do when you're in trouble.
Of course.
And so, you know, Freddy knows that. Freddy knows that's a strength of his. And so when we think about why you would bring something like this, there's 2 parts to it. So the first part is, and thankfully, I have a direct line with Freddy, so I talked to him about these things. Freddy doesn't think that Amber Steel is in as much danger as the internet would love for you to think.
Okay.
He doesn't feel that way, and in fact, he was upset because, you know, as you know, we communicate as a South Florida group, and Alex Wochuk, as he's more popularly known, he's very, very big on leveling up on leveling up the players in the community. And the problem for Freddy is that Wochuk plays the same deck that Freddy plays. And so Freddy does not want the players to be leveled up. Freddy wants to win. But Wochuk has been kind of telling everybody in the community, hey, you're kind of doom and glooming Amber Steel. That's not the case. And Freddy's here to prove that Amber Steel still has a place in this meta, that it is just as strong, if not better, with some of the inclusions that he's put in there, and that you still got to deal with problems, you know?
For sure. And we are officially caught up on stream now, guys, so we are able to see the live footage. And we do see Freddy did capture game 1, so we are in game 2 here with Forrest on the play this time around. And as we can see, pretty still early in the game, we have a Lawrence and these fancy new tokens to keep track of different status effects on the table, which is really, really nice. So thanks for that, Albert. I believe that's the one who our head judge here.
Correct.
If you've been to any DLC, you know him. And he's kind enough to help us out today and come provide us with his knowledge.
Yeah, in fact, we have what I call the Avengers of the judging team.
We really do.
It's crazy.
Yeah, if you've been to a DLC, you know who's here today, and it's the top-notch crew. We want to make sure everything runs smoothly.
Yeah.
Not that there's ever been issues in the past, but we're always trying to level it up here at SSG and provide everybody with the best experience. So we will continue to raise the bar.
Absolutely.
And we do see here as Freddy takes us, go ahead and ready his stuff. And Penny's still hanging out on the board. Can we pull Penny up on my side just so I can read her? I believe she provides resist when she comes in, right? Is that what it is? I believe so.
Let's use a resource, huh? Let's use a Mouska tool to figure it out.
You could just hit enter there.
Go ahead and go for it.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, yeah. So and you have to excuse us. I mean, these cards are just as new to us as they are to all of our friends.
Yeah, I pretty much know what she does. I think, so when she comes into play, when you play this character, you may remove 2 damage. Okay, so she heals from chosen character and they get resist 1. Okay, so that's pretty cool. You are able to remove some pesky damage off your Smees. You're also able to heal off anything, really. I know sometimes you might want to keep that damage around for Rapunzel. But Penny just being able to add resist 1 is also very powerful. She also quests for 2 and can target herself. So, if you want to play her and make sure she sticks around and doesn't get Storm Raged on, she is able to provide herself with resist and then get in for 2 on the following turn. So I think it's a pretty cool inclusion. It remains to be seen, how popular she will be in these Amber Steel builds, but I think she's a great addition so far.
Yeah, and looking over on Forrest's side of the board, he's got the new Giant Cobra, something that people have been really sharing their love for. Lots of Amethyst Steel players. If you've been online, if you're looking at potential decks to play, Amethyst Steel is likely to be a big contender in this meta, and a big part of that is because of Giant Cobra, the ability to gain 2 lore at the cost of discarding your hand. We see the dock on the table.
Discarding a card.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Discarding. Yes, I was looking at dock and I said hand. I'm sorry. It's discarding a card.
Don't discard your hand, please.
Don't discard your hand. But what's cool is dock will allow you to keep your hand in somewhat of a fresh state, and just so much value in that Giant Cobra, even though it has Vanish.
Right.
A new mechanic this set, one that says if this character is chosen for an effect of an action, then it is banished.
Exactly.
Action though, so that's key.
And we see Freddy, dispatching of it with the Zeus.
Yep.
And although Zeus does deal 5 damage, which is enough to cover the 4/4 body, even if it did 1 damage, it would banish the snake. But he is a 4/4, which is quite menacing. So obviously, something that Freddy wanted off the table there.
Yep.
We see Forrest still rocking the Olafs. That's old school 1-drops. So shout out to all the Olaf lovers out there in the chat. And as we can see, we were choosing to go wide here a bit, dropping our 1-drops.
Yeah, nice. Yes.
Albert coming in here to check on us. Shout out to Albert.
Yes, Albert. Albert letting us know that the +1 and the +3 strength token actually merged off camera and became a +4 token.
Yeah, we got to make sure we have just one clean token there for +4. So
we love it. We
see Lawrence with a healthy body there. If you want to, I wouldn't call him maybe healthy, but he's a little overweight, but it's okay. He is he is a voluptuous. And we see a new card. This is the Queen. The Queen's effect is she is a 4/3 and she is inkable. She's 4 cost and she does quest for 1. However, you can exert her to put 3 cards from your opponent's discard at the bottom of their deck. If you do, you can gain 3 lore, and then if one of them is a princess, you gain 4 lore. This is pretty good against Freddy. Obviously, we play Rapunzels. There may be other princesses that I can't. Oh, Ariel is a princess as well.
Correct,
yeah, so there are a few.
Rapunzel, Ariel's.
Yeah,
There's actually a few. Yeah.
So if he's able to exert this queen, he will be able to gain 4 lore.
Yeah.
Which is quite a quite a lot of lore.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
The only downside to queen obviously is she does have 3 defense, so she is dispatched quite easily by a lot of removal. But
she is, but of note, not by cards like Brawl, unless of course you're playing a Sapphire Coil.
Well, yeah, we'll get into that. I'm sure we'll see plenty of that later. So let's enjoy this non-Sapphire matchup while we can, because we definitely do predict there's going to be a ton of Sapphire in the room here today.
Yeah,
we have already kind of peeked around the room here, and we definitely saw some coils being sleeved, so some Tamatoas being sleeved. Yeah. So I would imagine that's going to be a lot of our stream today. But for now, let's enjoy this this round 1 purple steel.
Yeah, let's enjoy what we have while we have it, right, Skinner? Let's enjoy the things we have while we get them.
Of course, you never know you never know what it is until it's gone. What is it? You don't know.
You don't know what you got till it's gone.
That's the one. That's the one.
You don't know what you got. And what Forest does not got is the queen anymore, because it has been Strength of a Raging fired away.
Yep, as you can see, queen unfortunately does bite the dust, and that seems to be the biggest issue that I have with queen personally. She does seem like a very cool card, and I know a lot of the amethyst decks are testing her. I've seen some red purple decks also kind of including her.
Yeah, with LeFou specifically to keep her alive, or to use her multiple times.
That is really cool. So LeFou combo. LeFou is able to ready a character when he comes into play. So theoretically, you can exert her.
Yeah.
Gain 3 lore, ready lose her LeFou to ready her, and then gain 3 more lore, which is a 6 lore swing, possibly 8 lore swing, which is quite powerful. However, no LeFous in this build because we are playing steel. So just 1 effect out of her, and unfortunately she doesn't even get to do that due to removal. So
yeah.
All right. So we see what is it? We have 1 fox in hand. So we could do fox bounce, play dock, draw. Right? Do we have enough ink for all that? It's hard to tell with the black sleeves. But it does look like we have enough ink to do that. So he's questing. Yeah, he's going to run the fox out. We're going to bounce the dock.
Of course, bounce the dock in order to gain 2 more cards for playing it, which is such an awesome play.
Yeah.
When you're talking about Amethyst Steel, just the ability to decide when you want to dock.
Yep.
As long as you've got 1 already on the table.
And using the fox to go ahead and remove that threat off the board, so Lawrence bites the dust there, which is great to see.
That was a major turn for Forrest. That was a huge turn, in fact.
Is there... Oh, no, Lawrence lost all his health, right? All his attacks, so the fox doesn't even take damage.
Correct, yes. So Forrest attacked it with Olaf to give it
minus
damage.
It. Yep. So now the fox is totally healthy, which is actually crazy. And we see Freddy go ahead and play his Rapunzel. How much did he crash in for? Did you see?
I did not see. No, I did not.
But he did get to draw at least a card off Rapunzel. I did miss it there. I apologize.
It looked like it was 1 card draw. Chad, if you can let us know what you saw, please. I would love to hear from you as well.
All right. And we do want to thank you guys while we're in a little bit of a limbo here on Freddy's turn. Thank you guys for being here today. Obviously, we have a long day of Lorcana, so if you have to go do adult stuff and go live your life, you can always come back later. We will be here all day.
Oh, yeah.
We have a lot of Lorcana.
I have no adult stuff. Unlike you all, I have nothing to worry about, but lots of Lorcana.
Absolutely.
And watching Archazia's Island get its kickoff today, as it deserves.
Absolutely. And not only are we playing for 10 cases of Archasia's Island, but there are bounties out there.
Yes.
We do have some sponsored players from SSG that if you beat them, you do get quite handsomely rewarded. There is a specific player named Hector, who is a very great player here and sponsored by SSG. And if you 2-0 Hector, they're giving you a case of Archasia's Island. You heard me right. For 2-0ing somebody, you will be handed a case of Archasia's Island. So we're going crazy here at SSG. We hope you guys can join us sometime in the future, and we do appreciate y'all hanging out with us today in chat.
Yeah, and of note, Hector is also he was able to be national championship qualified as well.
Yeah,
so.
He played at Nats and he did pretty well. Unfortunately, could not day 2, but a great player and one of the best we have down here in South Florida.
Absolutely.
For sure. Yeah. So we see another queen come down. We're going to see if this one has a little more opportunity to do what it does.
Turning sideways and giving the player lore.
It does attack nicely also into Daisy, which is nice, even though it doesn't, it's going to be kind of tight here. He doesn't have a way to really deal with this Rapunzel by itself. He's going to have to do a double attack. Oh, he draws a fox. which is actually a great draw here.
Yes,
he
it
can
is.
actually, if he really wanted to attack with the rabbit into the Robin Hood and then bounce it back,
Yeah,
and draw a card and do all the stuff.
Oh, the Ariel is going to find her way into the dark unknown here.
Right, so he's shuffling back stuff. Ariel's going to give him that extra lore, and I don't know how I feel about putting songs back in the deck, but he does choose.
Forrest may feel as though we're not going to get that far into the deck.
I guess we're 14 and 15, but I don't know. I maybe would shuffle something else, but that's just me personally. But maybe Forrest knows something I don't. And I'm sure maybe he's got a game plan in mind.
Right. We see Doc going into Rapunzel because we know that Forrest has the Fox, which there it is. Fox to bring back the Doc in order to eliminate that. Freddy did have game on the board, but no longer because of the removal of that Rapunzel.
And interesting that he chose to get the Doc back instead of the Rabbit. He plays the Jafar. Is that the Jafar that gives Challenger as well? I believe so.
It's like it's a baby crab.
It's a it's a crab at home.
Yeah, yes. But Mom, we've got crab at home.
It's a crab at home.
Yeah, crab at home. It is crab at home.
But he does load up the field here, and Freddy has to give him the scoop. So we are 1-1, as you see, very close race, 15-14. Unfortunately, Freddy just not able to inch it out there. A couple foxes there from Forrest really impacted Freddy's ability to end that game there.
Yeah.
And now we have Freddy coming back on the play.
Yes.
Which should be pretty good for Freddy, I would say.
I would say so. I mean, of note, though, that game was not really secured for Forrest until about a turn ago. When he drew that Fox, was able to remove that Rapunzel, Forrest was in a pretty dark spot there. And so, being able to recover that with what was in Forrest's deck was big. So it's interesting to note that Enchanted too.
That's definitely among my favorites for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. I think that's third place for me. I really like Show Me More. Show Me More is the one I want the most, I think. It's really, really nice.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Let's see if
Are
they
we
can hear
good
us.
now? He's back.
We are back.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Damn, you guys missed my whole stand-up routine.
Yeah, you missed it. It was great.
Oh my god, no wonder nobody laughed.
Yeah, well, I know that can't be it because I also didn't laugh, but that's.
Well, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Where is our gameplay? Where are we at? We're still watching this stream here.
We are. We see a shifted Robin Hood with 3 ink down. That is a big deal for Freddy. That is a wheel. That is a whole new world before the turn of 5.
For sure.
And very powerful character. You know, the really cool thing about a Robin Hood is its ability to, you know, what some people might call warp the board state, or like kind of cause a freeze in the board state.
For sure.
You don't want to give it 2 lore for nothing. You don't want to just give it free lore. And look, we got Googly Glimmers is on stream now.
Glimmers here hanging out with us. He is my go-to contact whenever I have any questions.
Yeah.
I send a DM to him almost immediately and say, "Hey,
tired of you.
How does this work?" I met him today for the first time in person, and I said, "Hi, I'm the guy who tags you and everything." And he's like, "Yeah, everybody does, so we're good."
Everybody tags us. Oh my goodness. So yes. Give us 1 second as we solve it. All right, we do see that Robin Hood is putting in work. We see that Freddy.
Yeah, this is
Freddy is currently sitting with a little bit more lore. And look, there's another inclusion. The I believe it's pronounced El Troubadour.
Troubadour.
Yeah.
Interesting inclusion. This is a 1/3 with resist.
Yes.
And it does have singer.
It does.
Singer 4, 5.
It is
4. I believe it's the same as Vanessa, so it should be 4. And the interesting thing about it, although people would think that immediately this would be replacing Vanessa due to its stats and the resist, Vanessa can sometimes be better just because she is able to accumulate 3 damage in order to Rapunzel.
Yeah.
So I think they both have their merit. Not a strictly better card than Vanessa, but definitely a cool inclusion. And I think people probably splitting them, you know, to Vanessa, to Troubadour, or something like that. But remains to be seen if he's an inclusion we'll be keeping forever. But I do think it's a great one here, as he is able to sing, you know, things like Raging Fire and all that stuff.
Yeah, so. and interestingly enough, you know, having spoke to Freddy about he believes that Troubadour is actively better than Ursula, even with the fact that it can accumulate more damage for the Rapunzel.
I could see it. I mean, he is able. He's more combat efficient, a little hard to take off the table.
He is,
which is always good because you're able to keep singing those songs, and your opponent has less ways to deal with him.
It does, yeah. And the interesting part too to keep a note of here is his belief is that we're in a very steel heavy meta.
Sure.
So damaging songs, damaging cards like Strength of a Raging Fire, cards like Let the Storm Rage On, are less effective with cards like Troubadour out.
Sure. But you know, they still both died of Fox. Doesn't matter whether you're playing Vanessa or him. So there's some stuff that doesn't really matter there, but I do think he's a cool inclusion.
Yeah.
Getting into the game here, we see that Forrest is inking a Raja, which is another new card. It is a 2 ink, 3 stat, 3/3 that can has Vanish. So it's like a snake. It doesn't require you to bounce anything back. However, if you do target it with an action, it does disappear into the night. So
it does, yeah.
Yeah. Freddy, you know, just doing the conga line here as he just keeps on slamming threats. And Forrest cannot be happy to see this. Yeah, we're not even doing much thinking. As they say in a different card game, math is for blockers. Yep. So he's just going to turn everything sideways, go to 18.
Wow. And he just doubled his lore count.
I just don't see a way out here. Oh, my God. And he plays 4 more Lord of the Board. Last time I checked, Purple Steel does not play Be Prepared. So I think this is going to be a wrap. And we see the handshake. Freddy keeping his claim to fame, you know, winning the last tournament altogether, and then taking his first round against Purple Steel. So we love to see it. Congrats to Freddy, and awesome turn of events. And great effort from Forrest as well, bringing the new Purple Steel list. Love to see him experimenting with some new cards there. So
absolutely, and really shout out to that team, Only Lore, over there, over in the western part of Florida. They drove all the way over here to come join us We're happy to have them, and we're happy to have everybody here that's hanging out with us.
I was gonna say, yeah, the room is stacked. I walked around. We got Zan and his crew out here.
Yeah.
So shout out to them. We obviously got the local legends like Whoa Chuck, Hector, and these guys in here.
Yeah.
So they're running around. I'm here.
I'm here.
We're legends. We're legends in our own right, right? We're the local legends. You know,
yeah,
the O2 droppers.
We have Jonathan Williams here as well.
John Williams is here, yeah, not the composer, but the red blue player. So
yes,
I wish the John Williams was here.
I wish he played Lorcana. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be cool if we could at least have him come in here and do the soundtrack to the event today. That'd be really nice.
Well, with that said, we're going to take a break. Our goal is to have less downtime for you all. Given that we've been having some technical issues, we are going to give our production team a moment here to try to continue to adjust what they need to, so that way we can come back to round 2 and round 3 with much stronger games, with much stronger production value, with just the very best in Lorcana. We are glad you're here with us, all 100 and nearly 180 of you that are hanging out with us again, as Skinner said, on this beautiful Saturday morning. We are here in Margate. This is Southside Gaming. If you're not here, you're crazy. You should be here. If you're not here, listen out for any details for future events. Hint, hint. There might be one later on. You might want to keep close attention to what's happening out there.
And for those in chat that are saying open packs, we were provided from SSG our own personal boxes.
Here, listen.
So shout out to SSG. For hooking us up. Yeah, we will be on camera in a little bit, and you guys will be blessed to see our faces. But right now, we are very mysterious. But we do have a box, each of us.
Yes.
And oh, there we are.